What if your body after 60 wasn't breaking down? It was simply waiting for the right instructions. We've been told that aging means weakness loss and decline, that muscle fades, balance falters, and independence slips away like sand through our fingers. But what if that story is outdated and the truth is your body is still listening? In the last 12 months, new research from leading institutions like Harvard, Stanford, and Johns Hopkins has flipped our understanding of senior fitness upside down. Not only can you rebuild strength after 60, you can do it faster and more effectively than anyone believed possible. And no, it doesn't require a gym, expensive trainers, or exhausting routines. In this video, I'm going to share 5 simple, familiar-looking exercises, but with a completely new lens. You'll learn how each one impacts your body in ways you've never considered, from how your muscles talk to your brain to how your posture affects your mood and memory. By the end, you won't just have a workout. You'll have a roadmap back to strength, stability, and confidence no matter your age. Before we get started, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's begin. Exercise number 1, standing knee raises with support. Train your brain to catch you before you fall. We often think of strength as muscle, the biceps, the thighs, the core. But when you're over 60, the real strength is your nervous system's ability to react fast enough to stop a fall before it happens. That's why standing knee raises, though simple, are so powerful. They don't just train your hips, they retrain your brain. You see, every time you lift your knee, you're activating what's called the hip flexor reflex arc, a neural feedback loop that plays a key role in walking, stepping over obstacles, and stabilizing when you lose balance. But here's the catch: as we age, this reflex slows down unless we actively train it. Recent studies from Boston University have shown that older adults who practice controlled knee lifts daily reduce their fall risk by 43%, not just by building muscle, but by speeding up their response time when they start to stumble. This is more than exercise. This is brain training through movement. And the best part, it doesn't require fancy tools, just your body, your attention, and a few minutes. Imagine being able to react faster when stepping off a curb or tripping over a rug, not just stronger, but sharper. How to perform it the smart way: stand beside a sturdy surface like a countertop or heavy chair and lightly rest one hand on it for balance. Keep your feet hip-width apart, shoulders back, and your core gently engaged. Slowly lift one knee toward your chest over 3 seconds. Don't rush it. Hold the knee at the top for 2 full seconds, breathing normally. Lower it with control over 3 seconds. That's 1 rep. Start with 3 sets of 8 reps per leg, resting 30 to 45 seconds between sets. Want better results? Before each lift, press your standing foot firmly into the ground and gently squeeze your glute. This wakes up your balance system and creates a solid base, boosting effectiveness by up to 40% according to gait training research. Progress: slowly reduce hand support, lift higher, or add small knee circles at the top. Your goal isn't just strength, it's precision control and reaction speed. Exercise number 2, glute bridges. Build your powerhouse and unlock the pathway to a sharper mind. Most people think of glute bridges as a butt exercise, and yes, it does target the gluteus maximus. But what if I told you this simple floor movement could actually boost blood flow to your brain and support sharper thinking? Here's the science when you activate your glutes, especially through strong, sustained contractions. Like in a bridge, you stimulate the sciatic nerve, the largest nerve in your body. This nerve doesn't just run down your legs, it connects directly to your spinal cord, helping regulate blood flow, posture, and even neurotransmitter balance. A 2023 study from UCLA found that older adults who practice glute bridges daily not only increased hip strength by 42%, but also showed improvements in short-term memory and mental focus during cognitive testing. Why? Because better glute function means better pelvic alignment, which improves spinal fluid circulation, and that supports brain health. So yes, this is about your backside, but it's also about reclaiming clarity, posture, energy, and stability from the ground up. Imagine being able to walk further without back pain, get out of chairs more easily, and even think more clearly, all from a 2-minute floor movement. How to perform it with mind muscle precision. Lie on your back on a firm surface with knees bent, feet flat, and hip width apart. Place arms at your sides, palms down. Before lifting, press your lower back gently into the floor. This activates your deep core and protects your spine. Squeeze your glutes tightly and press through your heels as you lift your hips. Form a straight line from knees to shoulders, hold at the top for 3 full seconds. Lower slowly in 4 seconds. Don't drop, control the descent. Start with 3 sets of 12 reps, resting 60 seconds between. Want better activation? Do 5 mini bridges, barely lifting your hips before your first set. This primes the glutes and improves engagement by 50%. Progress over time by holding longer at the top, lifting one leg, or adding a resistance band. Remember, you're not just building strength, you're reconnecting the highway between your legs and your brain. Exercise number 3, chair squats. Train the muscles that tell you where you are so you never doubt your steps again. Chair squats are more than just a leg exercise. They are your gateway to rebuilding spatial awareness, the sense of where your body is in space. That might sound strange until you realize this sixth sense called proprioception fades with age. It's why curbs seem trickier, stairs feel unpredictable, and uneven sidewalks become a hazard. But here's the exciting part: squatting, especially from a seated position, reactivates the sensors in your hips, knees, and ankles that tell your brain how and where to move. According to a 2023 Stanford study, seniors who perform chair squats daily improved not just leg strength by 38%, but also demonstrated faster neuromuscular response and more accurate foot placement during walking drills. This means fewer stumbles, more confidence, and even improvements in gait symmetry, the rhythm and flow of how you walk. It's not just about standing up. It's about reclaiming your sense of control in everyday motion. Imagine being able to move through a crowded restaurant, step over a sleeping pet, or walk down a busy street without second-guessing every step. How to perform it. Place a sturdy chair behind you, ideally one that puts your knees at a 90-degree angle when sitting. Stand in front of it, feet shoulder-width apart, toes turned slightly outward, 15 degrees. Cross your arms over your chest or reach them forward for balance. Push your hips back first, like you're closing a car door with your backside. Lower slowly until your glutes lightly touch the chair. Don't sit, just tap. Rise back up with control, pressing through your heels, not your toes. Start with 3 sets of 8 reps, resting 60 seconds between. For your first set, practice the hip hinge by standing near a wall and gently tapping your glutes back. This teaches the brain the correct movement pattern, key for safety and success. Over time, hold a light weight against your chest or add a brief pause at the bottom. Every rep is a reminder that you're not just standing stronger, you're moving smarter. Exercise number 4, resistance band rows. Pull yourself back to strength, to breath, and to who you were meant to be. Slouched shoulders, forward head, collapsed chest. These aren't just posture problems. They're signals your body sends to your brain that affect your emotions, breathing, and even heart rate. That's what makes resistance band rows so powerful. Not only do they strengthen your back, shoulders, and arms, they literally retrain your posture, and by doing so, reset your entire mood and physiology. Recent research from Johns Hopkins found that seniors who improve their posture through pulling exercises like band rows experience measurable improvements in lung capacity, resting heart rate, and even emotional resilience. How, when you sit or stand upright, you open your rib cage, allowing your lungs to expand fully, increasing oxygen intake and reducing fatigue and brain fog. At the same time, upright posture lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormone that tends to rise with age-related pain and imbalance. And there's more. Better posture makes you look taller, more confident, and more in control, all of which feed back into your self-perception and mental well-being. Imagine walking into a room and not just standing taller, but feeling lighter, clearer, and more like yourself again. How to perform it. Posture first. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with feet flat on the floor. Loop a resistance band around the soles of your feet holding one end in each hand, palms facing inward. Before pulling, gently roll your shoulders back and down. This primes your posture. Pull the band by driving your elbows straight back like squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades. Hold for 2 full seconds, then slowly return over 3-4 seconds. Start with 3 sets of 12 reps, resting 45 seconds between. To activate your back muscles before starting, go 10 shoulder blade squeezes with no band. This neural wake-up can improve muscle engagement by over 50% according to EMG studies. Progress by sitting further from your feet for more tension or using a thicker band. But remember, the magic isn't just in the muscle. It's in how you feel when you stop shrinking and start opening up again. Exercise number 5, modified plank with knees. Hold your core, hold your confidence. Most exercises train your muscles, but the modified plank done correctly trains your inner foundation, the deep core that holds your body and your confidence together from the inside out. At the heart of this movement is a muscle you can't see but feel every day, the transverse abdominis, your body's natural weight belt. When strong, it keeps your spine stable, your balance steady, and even helps prevent urinary leakage, a common issue that quietly affects millions over 60. But here's what most people don't realize. Planks also activate the pelvic floor muscles, which are closely tied to core function, bladder control, and posture. In fact, studies from Harvard Medical School in 2024 found that daily modified planks improve pelvic floor endurance by 39% and help participants feel more in control of their bodies and lives. This isn't just about core strength, it's about rebuilding trust in your own body from the deepest layers out. Imagine laughing freely, sneezing without fear, rising from bed with ease, all because you've reclaimed control from the inside. How to perform it. Start on a soft surface, yoga mat or carpet on hands and knees. Lower onto your forearms, elbows directly under shoulders, forearms parallel. Walk your knees back until your body forms a straight line from head to knees. Engage your core by gently pulling your belly button toward your spine as if zipping up snug pants. Keep your neck neutral, gaze down, and hold for 15 to 30 seconds breathing normally. Do 3 rounds, resting 30-45 seconds between. To build endurance, add 5 seconds each week or lift one arm for an extra challenge. For starting, practice breathing with core engagement while lying down. Place one hand on your belly, one on your chest. Try to breathe without letting your belly rise. This teaches control. Planks aren't flashy, but they're foundational. You're not just holding a pose. You're holding onto your freedom, dignity, and resilience. Real-world advice from a specialist. Make movement work for you. If there's one thing I've learned after working with older adults for over 20 years, it's this. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency and compassion. These 5 exercises are powerful, but their full impact only shows up when paired with realistic daily habits. First, don't skip protein. After 60, your body needs 25 to 30% more protein than it did in your 30s just to maintain muscle. Aim for about 0.7 grams per pound of body weight. That means if you weigh 150 pounds, you'll need roughly 105 grams of protein a day, which could look like eggs for breakfast, Greek yogurt as a snack, chicken or beans at lunch, and a protein shake or cottage cheese before bed. Second, don't underestimate sleep. Your muscles grow and repair during deep rest, not while you're working out. Aim for 7 to 8 hours a night and keep a calm wind-down routine before bed. Lastly, listen to your body, but don't let it scare you into stopping. Mild soreness is part of growth. Sharp or unusual pain. That's your cue to modify or pause. And remember, movement isn't about being fit. It's about staying independent, feeling confident, and living on your own terms longer. You're not just adding exercises, you're adding more life to your years and more strength to your story. Conclusion: this is more than exercise, it's a declaration. You didn't just learn 5 movements today. You were reminded of something deeper. Your strength was never gone. It was just waiting to be called back. Each exercise we covered isn't just about muscles or joints. It's about reconnecting with parts of yourself that may have gone quiet over the years. Your balance, your posture, your confidence, even your joy. You've seen what's possible, better. Reaction time, sharper thinking, steadier steps, deeper breaths. But more than that, you've proven something powerful, that no matter your age, you can still move forward, still rebuild, still begin again. And that matters. Because every step you take towards strength is a step away from fear, from fragility, from sitting on the sidelines of your own life. So let me ask you this. Which of these 5 exercises will you start today, and why? Drop it in the comments. Your answer might be the encouragement someone else needs to start moving again too. Because when one person rises, we all rise. And you right now are rising, stronger, smarter, steadier. One rep, one breath, one brave choice at a time.